Good noon, everybody. Once again, it's very nice to have you here and be with us in our English worship. As you see, today's message title is From the Prison to the Palace. The life of Joseph is an amazing story of the providence and the power of Almighty God. As we see, Joseph is betrayed by his own brothers and sold into slavery. As a slave, Joseph demonstrates a godly testimony in the face of tragedy and temptation. Then Joseph is falsely accused of a crime and thrown into prison. Even the prison, Joseph displays a clear, constant testimony of faith. As Joseph languishes in that prison, the king of Egypt, Pharaoh, has a dream he could not interpret. Because of Pharaoh's dream, Joseph is remembered and released from the prison. He interprets Pharaoh's dream and Pharaoh elevates Joseph. He removes Joseph from the prison and makes him prime minister of Egypt. In our text today, we can see Joseph is delivered from the prison and promoted to the palace. We are going to see the unseen hand of God at work in Joseph's life. Also, we are going to see what the Lord did for Joseph's life. Let's think about Joseph and notice the circumstances God used to move Joseph from the prison to the palace. It means our God can do for your life, also my life. He knows how you are, and in His time, He knows how to bring us out of our prisons and place us in the palace of God. Number one, Joseph and providence. To anyone looking at the life of Joseph, it must have appeared that the Lord has forgotten all about Joseph, even though he was a faithful servant of the Lord. But God was working behind the scene to accomplish His eternal plans for Joseph. God used three amazing turns of events to bring about Joseph's release from prison. A. Providential delays. Verse 1a, let's read together. When 2 full years has passed, Pharaoh has a dream. Joseph waited in that prison for 2 full years. That was after the butler was released. God used the long grinding years in that prison to teach Joseph patience and dependence. God taught Joseph to wait on the Lord and to trust the Lord in spite of all kind of difficult situations. Let's think about. Have you ever experienced one of those waiting rooms in your life? I'm talking about the time when the Lord seems to have forgotten your address. I'm talking about those times and it seems like your prayers are not being answered. It seems that God is not interested in you or in your needs at all. Providential delays are never easy, but they are designed to focus our faith and increase our dependence upon the Lord. Next, providential dreams. Pharaoh had 2 dreams in sleeping about 7 cows and 7 hairs of grain. Those dreams caused Pharaoh much concern about the dream. Verse 8a, in the morning, his mind was troubled. Pharaoh was troubled. So he called for his wise men. These are men who were supposed to be able to communicate with the Egyptian gods. But they could not interpret the dreams. It would appear that God closed their minds and caused them all to draw a blank in this matter. Again, this is the providential work of the Lord in Joseph's life. God sent a dream to Pharaoh. And he also sent a blank mind to all of Pharaoh's counselors. God was working behind the scene to accomplish his eternal plan and purpose. Pharaoh and his men thought that Pharaoh was in control of everything that happened in Egypt. But in truth, God was in control of all things, even the heart of the king. This message gives us hope today. Let me tell you why. It's because our God is sovereign over all things of our life. Next, providential deliverance. The chief butler who was with Joseph in the same prison and had help from him finally remembered Joseph. He tells Pharaoh the story about Joseph, and Joseph was delivered from the prison and brought to the palace. The hand of God is seen in this sequence of events. We know well that our God operates His universe. God leads all of nations and peoples, including you and I. We need to learn that God orders events and the very timing of those events so that all of life runs on His perfect schedule. Number 2, let's think about Joseph and Pharaoh. Joseph stands before Pharaoh and listens as the king explains his dilemma. Joseph listens to the dream and gives Pharaoh the interpretation. After listening to Pharaoh's dream, Joseph not only tells Pharaoh what is about to happen in Egypt, he tells Pharaoh what to do about this. His plan is threefold. First, he recommends finding a wise man to oversee the project. Second, he recommends gathering 20% of all the food produced during the 7 years of plenty. Third, he recommends storing up the food, using it to feed the population during the 7 years of famine. Joseph's plan is an amazing thing. It is simple, but it will prove very effective. Not only will the people be able to eat during the famine, but Egypt will come to survive. Joseph knew that this plan did not originate with him. The Lord put it in his heart, and he shares his heart with the king. God used a slave to set police for the kingdom. He sees the providence of God at work, and he is quick to use his opportunity to magnify the Lord. For Joseph, everything is about the Lord. In Joseph's mind, Joseph doesn't matter. His battles don't matter. Even Pharaoh's doesn't matter. All that matters is the Lord and His glory. Likewise, we should always be in the business of magnifying Him, the Lord. He is worthy of our praise, even in the darkest days of our lives. He is worthy of receiving glory, even when our hearts are breaking. We should ever strive to lift His name and point others to Him. All that really matters is the Lord and His glory. Joseph do like this. Next 3, Joseph and promotion. Pharaoh likes Joseph's plan and decides that he would never find other man as wise as Joseph to administer that plan. In an instant of time, Joseph went from being a slave in prison to being second only to Pharaoh. He was promoted from a prisoner to a ruler of the whole nation of Egypt. No one but God could accomplish something as astounding as that. Pharaoh even recognized the hand of the Lord on Joseph and gave God the glory. Joseph is given all the emblems of authority. He is placed in the second behind Pharaoh. Everywhere he goes, people are commanded to kneel before him in respect and reverence. In one day, the slave has become the sovereign. The prisoner has moved out of prison and has taken up lessons in the palace. It was a powerful and drastic change of life for Joseph. It was all the work of God in his life. There are times when we think we have forgotten by God, like Joseph. There are times when we think the wheels of providence has run us over and left us like the roadkill beside the highway of life. But God has a plan, and He can change our situation in an instant of time. Brothers and sisters, He knows where you are today. He knows all about the prison and all about the pain you face. He knows what you are facing and all that you have been through. And one day, God will deliver you out of your time of bondage. Until then, please stay faithful. Love the Lord. Grow where you are planned. Look for ways to glorify Him and wait. One day, you will get up and everything will begin to change. God is in control of all of life. He's working in your life and my life, even when you can see His activity, His hand. He has a plan to deliver you and to promote you in His name, in His time. Our primary duty is to seek for ways to glorify Him, even as we patiently wait for Him to accomplish His plans in our lives.